What's up, everybody? I wanted to show you guys the Gardesol carport. There's a couple different options on Amazon. There's a 10 by 20 and a 12 by 20. This is the 12. I believe this was $369. I think you can get the 10 by 20 for like $279 or something, decent bit cheaper. I wanted to go ahead and get the larger one because it's just really hard to tell in pictures how big these things are. But hopefully this shows you guys a little better. Right now, I've got a Chevy, a 98 Chevy Silverado 1500 on this side, and then I've got a Kawasaki Bayou 250 and a John Deere lawnmower. And I think if I want to, I can fit one more lawnmower right here. So that kind of gives you an idea. A normal car, I would say you really don't need the 12 by 20 unless you plan on putting lights in it and stuff, and you actually want to maybe have some room to work in it or something like that. Even a truck you could get by with the 10 foot, but the 12 foot is going to give you plenty of room for your vehicle, room to get in and out either side. The way I have this one set up with the lawnmower and four-wheeler over here, you're only going to be able to get out, you know, the driver's side until you pull out. So just something to think about. All right, so let's talk about what it was like to assemble this carport. So it came, surprised how small of a box it came in. The box was maybe 5 feet long, maybe 14, 16 inches square on each end. And it was the poles and the fabric and everything, and they had it very tightly boxed. I was impressed. It was pretty heavy, but not so heavy that one full-size man couldn't handle it. So the poles are pretty easy. I'll show you how they erect and go together here. So it's just these snaps, these buttons that you push, and then they go into these holes. So it's very simple. There's only a couple different Ys, and then there's only 2 different poles. There's the uprights and those, and there's only 2 different ones, A and Bs. Very quick. We had the frame of this together in about 10 minutes. Very simple. And then the top was probably the hardest part because you really need 2 people, and I'd recommend a 6-foot ladder just to help you kind of get pulled over. And that took us the longest. After you get the top on, you put the sides on. They're real easy. They just kind of Velcro right here. And then you're going to come by with these nylon straps, and you're just going to put them through these grommets and loop it in itself, and that's what's really going to hold all of that together. So I would say we had the framing up in 10 minutes, and then we had all of the fabric loosely put up in another 30 minutes, and then it probably took me another 20 or 30 minutes to go by and put all these stuff up and try to adjust. You've got some Velcro right here. Everything doesn't seem to want to fit perfect, but it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. So I would set aside a couple hours to put this up, especially after you need to stake it down. I haven't finished my staking yet because you can see I'm in gravel. So the stakes they send you, they're fine if you're in grass. These metal stakes are what goes in the leg itself. And then these plastic stakes are supposed to go out here where that cinder block is on the corners, and they give you these nylon rope things to tie to it. This worked fine for me out in the grass. This will not work for me in the gravel. So I'm tied to that cinder block now and that old 3-wheeler now. I'm gonna have to get something a little beefier to get through the gravel and stake it down permanently. So hopefully I can get that in before there's any major windstorms. I did see some photos of this on the Amazon reviews of some of these like flipped over and completely destroyed in windstorms. But most of those were in like Kansas, where they had like 66 mile-per-hour winds and stuff like that. So hopefully I won't have an issue, but I'm gonna get this thing definitely better secured in the coming days. Now I knew it had this roll-up door on the front. What I didn't realize is that it's got the same thing on the back. So if you want to set this up where you can drive through it, you can, which is pretty cool. It seems like it's made decently well. It's just tarpaulin material, guys, is all it is. They're big zippers, but they don't work excessively well. It's not pretty when you're trying to roll up this front by yourself, with 2 people you can make it look pretty. With 1 person, I mean, I just didn't really care that much. Just roll it up and it velcros right there. Let me see what else. It's got these windows on the side, and I think you can get it with, there's different options. I think you can get it with and without these windows. And the window, you know, if you're working in there or something during the day, you can get yourself some light in there. It's going to provide ventilation and all that. I really won't be working in mine probably at all. My idea behind this, not that I won't put up any lights or anything, but my idea behind this is that if I need to use my garage to work, I can pull a vehicle that would normally stay in my garage, pull it out, keep it in here for a few days while I use my garage bay. It makes the most sense to me. And if I'm going to give this thing a test trial over the next few weeks and months, and if I like it, I'm going to get a second one and put it right here for even some more stuff. And I may even get a third, guys. Who knows? If these are so cheap, you know, if I were able to get 3 or 4 or 5 years out of them, they'd be more than worth it. And they just kind of preserve everything and allow me to actually utilize my garage space to work instead of just to store things, which is nice. This truck had been sitting out, and the rain doesn't hurt it as much as the sun does, and the sun had baked it so much, there's like the windshield wipers blades had rotted off. And this is an old truck I'm fixing up, and I'm happy to keep it in here out of the sun and out of the rain, to kind of slow down that degrading process while I fix it up. So if you do the 6 months, same as cash, it's probably like $60 a month or something. So that makes it way more swallowable than dropping $369 at once. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll keep you guys updated. We'll take another look at it here in a few months, see if it's changed the looks or blown away or fallen apart or anything like that yet. If you've got any questions, comments, leave them down below. Also, I'll put a link to this in the description. If you appreciate the time I took to make this video, then you can grab this tent or anything else off of Amazon from any of my links, and that will give us some credit and it won't cost you anything extra. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next video.